Hi, I'm Susan Winter for SusanWinter.net, and I want to suggest something to you. If you are burnt out from dating, if you are getting disappointed and disillusioned, looking at the people coming into your sphere, thinking, oh my goodness, this one's a flake, this one can't commit, this one's confused, this one's hot and cold, you're going to start to think that the entire dating world is like this, if this is what you're drawing in. If you're frustrated and burnt out, and you're starting to develop a negative attitude about dating and finding love in general, this is the perfect time for a dating detox. I know, don't get scared, not forever. My suggestion is something completely doable, 2 weeks. That's it, that's all I'm asking, 2 weeks out of your life. But in those 2 weeks, to make it effective, what I feel you need to do is get out a calendar, schedule the 2 weeks you want to take off. That means you're offline, you're not checking. That means you are not out hunting with your friends at night. There is no intention or forward movement whatsoever on dating. You have literally put that over in the corner. And for this 2-week time period, you're going to reboot yourself. You are going to reset your inner compass. What happens is, when you start running into people in the outside world that begin to make you feel defeated, you can't keep subjecting yourself to that kind of input on a regular basis without it really affecting you. And the only way to change that is for you to reboot, for you to recalibrate. The smallest, most incremental change in your thinking, in your attitude, in your disposition, will literally change everything in your outer world. It will be the same world when you come back after 2 weeks, but the only thing that's different is that you are a vastly new you. You know, if you've watched my videos, that I play golf, but intermittently, right? So I never practice bad shots. I refuse to practice failure and to see myself defeat. And from the time that I was a little girl, I don't know what made me do this, but I would start to hit a couple errant shots, not get my grip right, not know how to fix it, and I would just take a break. I'd walk around, look at something. I'd come back, hit straight, clean, and true, because I want to practice effectively. This dating detox, if you do it the right way, will reboot you so that you are energetically different, so that your vibe has you coming out into the world and attracting an entirely different group of people and eliminates the kind of people that were disillusioning you. My guy friend used to tell me that he would do this routinely, his own self-cure, and he'd be meeting guys that he didn't like, guys that didn't treat him well, so he'd go, okay, that's it, I'm done. He would take what he called a mental margarita, close himself off, not date, not be online. He'd invest in like metaphysical work and going places that edified him. And when he felt that he'd had a bit of a shift, when it was actually palpable, he would then reemerge in the world as the slightly different version of himself. And don't you know what happened was magical? Of course, he attracted a whole different caliber of man. So here's the way I suggest you do it. You carve out those 2 weeks, you get offline, you do not look, you don't go out with friends that want to go hunting for those 2 weeks. And each week, I'd like you to satisfy one of 4 categories. Make a point to do something physical, meaning, have you wanted to go to the gym, but you were too busy swiping and chatting online? No, that's the time you go to the gym. That's the time you go cycling. That's the time you take a mountain bike ride. That's the time that you give yourself the physical life that you have been ignoring because you've been chasing this elusive other. Okay, intellectual. Do something that stimulates your mind. A movie you want to see, a documentary, somebody you wanted to talk to about something, or a seminar. Make sure the intellectual is in there. Social. Make sure that you are with people that actually talk about things that excite you. Maybe a friend that you've wanted to see and you didn't take time to, or maybe a friend that was married and didn't fit into your kind of being single section of going out. This is the time to see that person. And then the last is self-care. Doing something that you've been meaning to do. Like, have you been saying for 7 months, oh, I should go get a massage? Yeah, this is the time to do it. Anything from cleaning out your closets to reading a book to taking a Saturday morning and lying in bed and watching Netflix, whatever turns you on. Now, at the end of these 2 weeks, you may not feel completely different, but you've gotten off the hamster wheel. And whether you know it or not, because you're not obsessing about dating and finding the one, you will have changed. Your vibe will have changed. And so you go out into the world, same world, different you. This is the cure to dating burnout. So please give this a chance. It's 2 weeks, and the transformation that you're going to see is completely different. Remember, it is your vibe and your energy and your disposition that call in the kind of mate that you are meeting. And think about it. If you were driving a car and you got a flat tire, you wouldn't keep driving. You would pull over and attend to it. So this is your time to reboot for better results. And at the bottom of this video, I have the links of 2 of my colleagues that seem to specialize in this area. It's a niche market, but they are phenomenal. Yulia Kolota and Ashka Kulton. And they know all about this time out, regrouping, and rebooting yourself. So, for better dating success, give yourself a break, recalibrate, and you will meet phenomenal, different results. Thank you, Susan Winter for SusanWinter.net.